Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome to yet another disaster detail video. Now, the vehicle that rolled in today came in straight off the farm. It's a 2014 Ram 1500 that hasn't been cleaned once since it was new, and this thing is filthy. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting this truck to have brought the farm with it, so I got quite the surprise when I saw the box full of grain and straw that I'll have to deal with, and looking at the rest of the exterior, and really, it's just filthy everywhere, especially the wheels, although that's nothing compared to the state of the interior, as 7 years worth of farm work has absolutely destroyed this truck. Everywhere you look, there's caked on dirt or mud. The carpets are full of dirt, straw, and stains, and there's all kinds of garbage and old food all around the vehicle. But just before we dive into this epic disaster, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you never miss out on one of these transformations. And if you've got the bell on, you'll get notified the moment they go live each week. All right, well, you guys can see I've got quite the disaster on my hands today, so wish me luck. And as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the transformation. Okay, well, as I get started on the pre-wash rinse, I have to say it was a pleasant surprise to see this beautiful red paint hiding underneath all that dirt, and it really has me looking forward to seeing just how good I can get this truck looking today. Although seeing how dirty the interior is, I know I've got an enormous amount of work ahead of me, but the result at the end will definitely be worth it. Alright, well, as I get all this grain and straw cleaned up, I figured it was a good time to give you some background on the truck. So obviously it's used pretty hard on the owner's farm, and with over 254,000 kilometers, or about 157,000 miles, it's driven a ton too. But with the owner planning to basically drive it into the ground before buying a new one, he's been wanting to get it cleaned up for a while now, as obviously the interior is a little hard to look at. So it's definitely in good hands today. And if you were curious, it took me exactly 5 minutes to get this cleaned up, with the bag weighing about 50 pounds. Now, one thing you've probably noticed is the matching dents just in front of the rear bumper, and I was told those came from separate incidents where they jackknifed a trailer. One was the owner and the other a friend of his, so you might wonder why they never got them fixed. and it's simply because the mindset with a farm vehicle is very different. It's simply a tool used to get work done, and cleaning it regularly or fixing every dent or scratch just isn't a priority. Now, getting some wheel and tire cleaner sprayed on these dirty wheels, I'll then grab my Detail Geek Contour tire brush to agitate, and will also use my soft wheel brush for the rim face as well. And if you've been wondering where you can get either of these brushes, well, they're available on my website at detailgeekautocare.com, where worldwide shipping is available. Okay, moving to the floor mats now, and this driver's mat here is holding onto a ridiculous amount of dirt. So after spraying on a liberal amount of carpet solution, I'll hit it with my green drill brush, and then as I start blasting it with the pressure washer, it never ceases to amaze me at how this process can save a floor mat, as by the time I'm done, it almost looks brand new. Moving inside the truck now, and obviously the first step here is to get the seats removed and then taking a look at everything that was hiding underneath, and it's pretty shocking to say the least. So after getting the garbage and bigger pieces of debris removed, I'll get the vacuum plugged in and get to work sucking it all up. Now, while I work on the rear section here, I figured it was a good time for this week's members question, which comes in from Sherry Lynn, and it's, since some of your details are over 10 to 12 hours long, what's your start and stop point? Do you keep regular hours since you work for yourself? So basically, when I get a vehicle like this where I know it's going to take me more than a day to finish, I'll typically work until everything is clean and put back together, which in the case of the Town and Country from last week was about 1 a.m. Now, if you haven't seen that video yet, you really should go check that out, as it was mind-blowingly dirty. But yeah, my stop point on a detail like this is usually when I'm done steaming, and then I finish things up the next morning. Here's all the dirt, straw, sunflower seeds, and other debris the vacuum sucked out of the truck. Yikes. Starting on extracting now, and as I make the first few passes here, it's definitely nice to see quite a bit of the dirt and stains being sucked up, but the fact that these seats have been dirty for years is definitely going to make it harder to get them looking perfect. So if I do see any lingering stains, I will end up repeating the process until I don't see improvement anymore, and we'll also hit it with the steamer later on, but it is important to remember that sometimes things are just simply too damaged to look new again. Moving down to the carpets now, and for those of you who may be newer to the channel and have wondered about what tools and products that I use in my videos, well, I have everything listed down in the description for you, including the extractor I'm using here, which is Abyssal Spot Clean Professional. And as you've seen, it can work magic on filthy carpets or seats. So if you happen to have dirty carpets or seats in your vehicle, this is a machine that I would highly recommend. Starting on this driver's footwell now, and if you enjoy seeing dirty and nasty carpets and seats get extracted, well, I recently posted volume 5 of my extraction satisfaction series over on the second channel, the Detail Geek 2, and it is jam-packed with all the nastiest extractions from the last several months, so you should definitely give that video a look. Here's the 2 entire buckets full of dirty and filthy water that Abyssal pulled from this farm truck. Gross. Here's a quick look at where this truck started, and after vacuuming and extracting, boom, it looks brand new again. Now, starting on the interior trim where the dirt and mud are absolutely caked on, I'm first spraying on some APC diluted 10:1, as that will help to loosen up the dirt once I hit it with the steam. And like I've mentioned before, you always want to move quickly with the steamer and never hold it in one spot for too long. And for the speaker grill and window switch, it's again important to move quickly in those areas, and if you do, you won't have any issues with electrical components. Moving to all the trim pieces and storage bin inserts I removed earlier now, and blasting them with steam and APC is by far the easiest way to get these clean, as it usually only takes a minute or two to get them looking new again. And one thing I don't believe I've mentioned before is that I always use distilled water in my steamer, as that way it will prevent any buildup inside the unit and ensure that it lasts for years. Moving back inside now, and I'll get to work dressing and UV protecting the interior trim with 303's Aerospace Protectant. And if you guys haven't had the pleasure of using this stuff yet, well, I highly recommend you pick up a bottle, as it's one of my favorite products and will leave your interior looking incredible for 4 to 6 weeks. Starting on the glass now, and if you've been waiting to get your hands on these Detail Geek waffle weave towels or the Ultra Plush drying towel, well, they should be back in stock any day now, so keep watching detailgeekautocare.com or follow Detail Geek Auto Care on Instagram for updates. Alright guys, well that is going to wrap things up for this video. Now after spending 14 long hours on the truck, I am absolutely exhausted. Although I gotta say, it's looking phenomenal. but definitely hurts a little bit knowing it's going right back to the farm and it's going to get dirty again, but what can you do? Now, before you guys leave, if you enjoyed the video, please smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will catch you guys in the next one.